Oh, hi, podcast listeners. There's many ways you can listen to the Real Nerds Podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can also subscribe on Stitcher Radio. You want to send us a Twitter message? You can do that. It's so easy, at Real Nerds. Like us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. You can visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com, where there'll be a lot of articles for you to not only read, but to listen to our previous shows. Do you like your stories told through pictures? Then you can also follow us at Real Nerds on Instagram. You can also call us, 720-6nerds5. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Georges Genti, and you are listening to Real Nerds Podcasts.
Welcome to the Real Nerds Podcast, unofficially the official podcast of Pop Culture Con 2020. My name is James. Is that how you start this?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
It's been a while.
You don't have confidence. You need to. Here, okay, I'm going to be a director for a minute, okay?
No.
James, I want you to believe that you host the show.
Okay, all right.
He's also scrolling through his phone while he's like doing the intro.
I have a really important problem in front of me, which is I got to figure out. My phone's full, and I got to figure out which apps to delete so I can install Disney Plus. Okay, I'll put it down.
That's
we'll figure
an
that out.
important.
You want me to try it again?
That's
You want me to try it again?
subject. No. I think you'll be good, but just if I asked you to come in for some ADR on this episode, just know that it's your own fault. So you had your chance.
Every week we go see a movie, and then we podcast our experience to the world. This week we went and saw Jojo Rabbit. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, some of us went and saw it weeks ago, so this is kind of like a,
I think
we're catching up. This is a catch-up episode.
I think I'm the last one in the bunch to watch it because I was gone filming when it came out.
Right, it's part of why I'm even here is like, oh man, it took long enough for us to do an episode about this that I even got to see the movie.
I know. Which
holy crap.
I'm thankful we get to talk about this film, but that
Absolutely.
comes after a lot of other stuff.
So I am your host, James, for the week. Ryan is not here, but I am joined as sometimes by
Zach
and
Brad,
both of whom are here way out more often than I am. I used to be on this show, if you're new.
Yeah.
a founding member of the group.
Brad and I were talking about this last week. Or no, last Friday. When we decided to do this to record on Tuesday night.
Yep.
And he was looking it up. So I was on the Film Explosion recently, and then the last time I was on a real episode before this was the pre-recorded episode for our 400th episode.
Wow, really?
Right. Which means that the last time I was on was actually not the last time I was on.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't actually around, and that was a pre-recorded episode.
Well, a lot has changed in your life to this point.
Yeah.
I mean, like
John Wick 3 was your last just regular episode.
Oh, no, before Spider-Man. That's right. I'm forgetting about that. I was on for Spider-Man and before that.
Yeah.
So there was one. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I forgot
That's
about that.
Yep.
Anyway.
Still, that's...
But it's good to be back.
We did it without Ryan, and it was hilarious.
Yeah. It's been busy. I've been to the country of Colombia since the last time I was on the show.
What are you doing down there? Something snorty related?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They're actually really good people down there.
I'm sure
They're
they are.
really
Yeah,
wonderful
I'm
people.
just making a
but
very,
only
very
in the
callous
city.
joke.
If you leave the city, it's nothing but cocaine.
Okay.
It's a wonderful place.
Gotcha. Yeah, I made a
It's like at the end of Man on Fire, where it pops up to Mexico, a very special place. Colombia is a very special place.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it is. I mean, I made a callous joke. I made a callous joke last week about Spartacus, Blood and Sand too. So,
wow, did Ryan kill you?
No. But I owe the family of the original actor an apology for like casually mentioning his death as a detriment, but that
he
wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
I was.
The guy who came on later was good too.
Yeah, no.
The show did its best.
Again, I made a callous joke, and it was rude.
Callous motherfucker. That's what I always say.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just terrible. But.
Speaking of callous, this week we went and saw a movie about Nazis. So later on, we will. We'll talk about whether or not you should see that movie.
Yeah.
Then we'll play the trailer, and then we'll talk more about the movie. Mm-hmm. I would definitely say this is a movie that if you're going to see it, you should see it and not hear us talk about it because we're going to eventually get into spoilers. But we'll warn you before we get there.
But it's going to be very hard because this movie's great.
But before we get to the movie review, we're going to talk about movie news and Blu-rays that are coming out and what's going on around town and whatever other shit we usually talk about that I don't remember.
The Jack Benny News Hour.
Yeah.
It's an hour
Dear
dedicated
God.
to Jack Benny News.
In my absence, has it become an hour of Jack Benny?
Oh, yes, it has.
Dear God.
Yes, it has. You need to listen to the show.
Brad, I can't reach the volume control from here.
Just unplug the board.
Yeah, just shut it down.
Yeah, see, James, this is what happens when you don't come on every week is I get control of the board.
Brad, when did you stop actually uploading the podcast because it was so bad? How long has it been that all this shit, that this is just, it's like Creed in the Office?
Stitcher's already dropped our feed.
Yeah, it's like Creed in the Office where we just get together and record random shit that comes out of Zach's mouth and then we put it nowhere on the internet.
Wait, I get it on a feed. Are you saying that the feed's only meant for me?
It's only for you.
Holy shit. Oh, it
news.
feels like the Truman Show. This is fucking weird. Like,
I have news, Zach.
Hey,
my mom doesn't listen anymore.
That sucks. Well, I'm gonna go
What
escape.
did it?
I'm gonna.
She does. She does.
I'm gonna escape the bubble. But in case I don't see you, good night, good evening, and good luck. I don't remember that fucking line.
Get fucked.
I know. I love Truman Show though.
Anyway, let's start off, Brad, with what's going on around town.
Let's go to the Esquire, where their midnight this week is Easy Rider.
Have you guys ever seen that movie?
I've not
I
seen
have.
I watched that movie with my parents, so when you get to like the druggy orgy in the middle, it's super awkward.
Yeah.
And my mom's always like, "It's not an orgy." I'm like, "There's
It's an orgy.
more than 3 people in like a graveyard having sex to weird music.
Yeah.
It's an orgy."
or at least a ménage à trois.
No,
At the
isn't it
minim-
more?
at the minimum.
No. It's more than 3 people, and
Then
they
it's
change
an
partners.
Yeah, it's an orgy.
Yeah,
But,
it's
like,
totally an orgy.
I don't know. It's been a long ass time since I've seen Easy Rider.
Or as Danny DeVito would say it, orgy. Cool.
If you haven't rewatched it, it may be worth a rewatch. I haven't done it myself, so maybe I'll do that this week and report back next week. But
Yeah, it's one of those movies that like I get it, but it's not the 70s anymore. I have a hard time watching it. That Vanishing Point.
Yeah, well, Vanishing Point's great.
Vanishing Point is not great.
No, it is pretty great.
Vanishing Point's really boring and pointless.
It's a pretty wonderful car movie with Cleavon Little. But Easy Rider, though, out of the American New Wave, it's the one I've watched the least. Like, I've only seen it twice. Whereas, like, The Godfather, I've seen, like, multiple times, or Taxi Driver and everything like that. So
yeah, those are movies with a story. Brad, don't go to midnight at the Esquire.
I'll probably skip this week, but yeah.
Are you saying Dennis Hopper couldn't write a script?
Yeah. What else is there, Brad?
Nothing else. I just want to thank everyone who came out to the Jean-Claude Van Damme 5th anniversary screening on Sunday.
That looks really cool.
Zach.
Yeah.
Sorry I didn't call you up.
Yeah.
Because both of you were in that segment.
It's
and,
okay. I just sat there like the guy in the background going like, hey, I know I was there. And then I walked off like a badass, put on some sunglasses, and like, my work can never be known.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. Isn't it you had all the posters and stuff hung up? That looked awesome.
I'll tell you, that documentary is fucking awesome.
Is it?
I really like it. I like it. You know, we were talking a little bit on the way home, but
yeah, I wish I had interviews in it, but yeah, it's just like my daily video with
well, see, here's the thing. We were
extended scenes.
We talked about that, and then when I thought about it later on after you dropped me off, I was like, no, I didn't need it. Like, it's kind of like a raw unfolding of the film itself. Like, it's telling the journey itself. Like, please take this as the compliment that it's intended. It reminds me of the Rob Zombie documentaries that are the bonus features
what a
on his.
Dick.
No,
man, that's mean.
Those documentaries are really good. Like, they're 4 hours of the production of the film unfolding, and they're very interesting and unique to watch. So.
Damn it! I was trying to make Director in the Jedi, but for Van Damme.
Well,
that's good.
Well, that
would have been a very nice thing for Zach to have said.
Yeah, I know. If only I had remembered. I rewatched Last Jedi a lot, but I have not rewatched that Blu-ray disc in a while. So
yeah,
that documentary's great.
Yeah,
if you want to feel like a Hollywood director, that's the one to go to.
Yeah, man, it's so good.
Yeah,
if you want to feel like you're out of your element.
Johnson.
Yep. I don't know if you know this. He's got
I saw him in person. He exists.
It's coming. I know. I shook his hand.
Wait, what?
I have. Oh yeah.
When?
When Zach and I met him at the Alamo, I have a signed photo of him hanging in my bathroom in the basement.
So do I.
Was that for
Well, not in my bathroom.
He did a 3-night thing at the Alamo where he showed
Brick and
he showed Brick, Brothers
Looper.
Bloom, and
No, he didn't show Brothers Bloom. He showed Brick.
No, I saw Brothers. Oh no, it was a double feature, wasn't it? Where it was Brothers Bloom and Brick one night, Looper another night that he spoke over,
Yeah.
and then he showed Sierra Madre the night. In
That's
between.
right. That's
what it was.
how I remember.
So I saw the double feature, and then I saw Looper with him there.
Yeah, because I was there with you for Looper.
Yeah, and he narrated over it. And if you stayed long enough, at the end of the night, Nathan Johnson was there too. I told Nathan Johnson he was a badass. So that was great because he is.
Fun, but not fun fact. This is when I was still drinking, so I had more than a few in me. And when I talked to him, I was very kind. I didn't do anything belligerent, but I was like trying to get out the words like, "I just love the fact that you showed Treasure Sierra Madre at the Alamo."
He pulled me aside at one point and was like, "Hey, you can you make that guy leave?" Anyway, it
I'm
was
better
great.
now, though, guys.
So yeah, and I got him. He signed my. I had my original ticket stub from Brick, and I had him sign it. And he's like, "Holy shit! Why do you have this?" I was like, "I don't know. I keep a lot of trash." No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said.
And
He's
then
like,
he came
"Oh,
up,
man.
and you know what? And then he
I have
came
to
up to
go."
me and said, "Can you get this guy out of here?"
It's like, man, what a thing to hear when I have to go direct to Star Wars: The Last Jedi
Yeah.
in the morning.
No, I told him it was like one of the earliest like indie movies I saw at the Esquire. Like it was pivotal. I also had him sign my copy of Brick because I have the Canadian release of Brick on Blu-ray, so it's in English and French.
Yeah, before
Because they didn't have it. There wasn't
Yeah.
an American release yet.
Did you get the new
So-
one already? It's
No,
out.
I have one signed by Ryan Johnson. Why do I need an American version?
Yeah, just for backup. But now I'm imagining it's just before Last Jedi. You go up to him and be like, "Man, Ryan Johnson, I'm so glad you're going to direct a Star Wars movie. I'm sure hope you don't put any diversity in it
Yeah. I told him, I was like,
or
hey,
make any tough choices for Luke Skywalker. I
Hey.
sure hope you don't do that.
whatever you do, Ryan Johnson, don't give any women agency. That would really make the internet angry.
And then he said, "Fuck you, I'm going to do it," and it was a masterpiece.
It was.
Yes.
Anyway,
Did
it
you
was a
also-
really good
Jedi.
documentary.
Did you also tell him you're the only person alive that remembers the Brothers Bloom? That even existed?
That's not
I
true.
walked up, I was like, hey, I saw the Brothers Bloom, and he was like, oh, it was you.
That was my first Johnson memory, was seeing that at the Denver Film Festival.
Oh, yeah?
It's a good,
It's a great movie.
Yeah, I saw it early. I saw it before you.
You son
Technically.
of a bitch. Yeah. Anyway, now we're wandering, rambling about other
Welcome
stuff.
to Johnson Cast.
Yeah. That's it for going around town. Thanks again, Corinne and Zach, for coming out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, dude. Yeah,
No,
it was
Not
it
that
was-
I harbor any ill feelings, because I know you got stuff to do.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry, that voodoo doll on his desk at work is not meant for you.
No. It's just constantly an infant everywhere I go. Was Ryan Johnson there? No. Son of a bitch. What an
No.
asshole.
What are you talking about? He's everywhere.
Ryan Johnson doesn't show up for shit anymore.
I chased him down the Denver Center Performing Arts parking lot, and he would not stop for me.
Yeah, you know what though?
I threw a bunch of postcards in his windshield wipers, and he just threw them away.
You know what? If he doesn't show up to anywhere anymore, you know who to blame for that. We know who drove him back.
J.J. Abrams?
No.
Who?
The people who hate his movie.
Well, yeah.
That's the people we have to blame for that.
Anyway, moving on. What are we doing? You want to do Blu-rays? Let's do Blu-rays.
Sure, let's do some Blu-rays.
Yeah.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
Since I haven't been on the show that often, I like every couple of weeks I have to go onto Blu-ray.com and like look at all of the recent releases and just like throw them into my cart on Amazon because I forget. I don't know.
Why don't you just listen to our show?
It takes a lot of
So
time.
we talk about it.
If I had time to listen to the show, don't you think I'd be on the show?
Really quickly, I want to thank Blu-ray.com for adjusting that egregious error from last week, and the Hitchcock collection is no longer available last week. It's now available in December, so...
Okay,
thanks, Hitchcock nerd. You weren't here, so you don't know.
This character. I love this fucking character. That's part of the reason why I started with that. It looks like the biggest releases of the week are the Angry Birds 2 movie. Movie 2.
Shut the fuck up, Zach.
47.
Wait, what? Why?
It was at the drive-in. It was the first thing before what I wanted to watch.
So go to bed.
Well, if you thought that was an egregious big one, get ready for the second biggest one, which is 47 Meters Down, Uncaged.
Motherfucker.
But no, honestly, the bigger ones are Good Boys is coming out on Blu-ray.
Okay.
The Peanut Butter Falcon coming out on Blu-ray.
Oh, good. My mom saw that, and both my folks loved it.
I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah,
and then one of my
I've seen it
favorites.
straight.
What was that?
Should I just buy it unseen? Cool.
You'll love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorites.
I'm really excited for the renaissance of Shia LaBeouf. I'm in. I'm totally in.
Dude, Honey Boy looks pretty fucking awesome.
Dude, we could have seen Honey Boy for free. We didn't. It's sad.
Anyway. Also on Blu-ray this week, one of my favorite films of the year, The Farewell, which has a wonderful performance by Awkwafina in it. You should all watch that movie.
The water?
No. The actress.
I just get so confused.
The Farewell. You know what, James? You will love The Farewell. I recommend you
don't
watch
understand.
it.
This bottle of water's grandma is
I've
dying.
turned into an old man dad.
James, it's a beautiful movie about family.
These are what
And it's
jokes
mostly-
sound like to me now.
And it's mostly in Chinese and very little in English. So it's kind of beautiful and amazing to watch this. You should watch The Farewell.
Is it about a rivalry?
No, it's not. Wow.
It's the only thing. It's just James. It needs to be about a rivalry.
Hey, 47 meters down on Cage is about
Hey,
a
have
rivalry
you guys seen that
between
trailer?
a shark and people.
Have you guys seen that trailer for Ford and Ferrari? Just saying. I'm just saying.
That's definitely about an automotive rivalry. Again, oh wow.
What else have we
It's
got?
an actual
What else have we got?
There's a reissue of Spirited Away on
Oh, cool.
Blu-ray, I guess.
I don't have that yet.
Criterion's putting out the Day Trippers, which is an early film from Greg Mottola. I've never seen it, but
With the Beatles?
no. It's,
No? Okay.
Liev Schreiber, Parker Posey,
Yeah.
someone else.
Warner Archive is putting out Operation Crossbow.
Wow.
With Sophia Loren and George Peppard. You can pick that up. Kino Lobor is
Not who I thought. When you said Operation Crossbow, I was very confident that it had a bad Photoshop of Bruce Willis on the front.
Oh no!
Like, This was
See,
Operation Crossbow.
See, you didn't hear the first two words, which is Warner Archives.
That's true.
James Cross and Ryan Bowe team up.
Bruce Willis is so old and tired that his movies go straight to Warner Archives.
The fuck do I care? I'm in Rome having lunch. Yeah. I mean, what else is he going to do with fucking $4
That's where he's
million
at. That's where he's at.
per film? You know, Kino Lobor is putting out another movie that sounds like a
Barber.
Bruce Willis VOD movie, Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. It's not a VOD.
No, yeah.
That is a Clint Eastwood movie directed by Michael Cimino, and it's the film that really brought Cimino to prominence and allows something like The Deer Hunter to happen.
Yeah.
It's also
No, that's a
technically-
real movie.
It's also something that allows Heaven's Gate to happen, but you know,
Unlike Operation Crossbow.
yeah. You know what's funny though? I'm thinking about Heaven's Gate. I need to rewatch it because the first time I watched it, I just wasn't in the mood for it. And I was just like, well, it was a disaster anyway. But now I need to rewatch it under the guise of art and whatnot. But
I'm going to name my memoir Operation Crossbow.
dude, do it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make any sense to your life, but do it.
How do you know?
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
You don't
Brad,
know
what
me.
do you guys do at
You don't
work?
know me.
You don't know me. Things I've seen, things I've done. There's a reissue of Heathers coming out. That's a good movie. There's a steelbook of Popstar Never Stop, Never Stopping coming out.
Oh, shit.
You can check that out. If you were into The Big Bang Theory, the final season is available on Blu-ray. It's the 12th and final season.
Thank fucking God.
My parents love that show, so I've kind of had to learn to just make peace with that idea.
It's bad for people.
I agree, but you go tell my parents that. You come and
No.
give them a lecture.
No. People can watch what they want.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Kino Lorber is also putting out a Walter Matthau movie called Charlie Varick.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a badass movie with Walter Matthau and a gun and a plane. I have never seen the movie. I'm just looking at the poster. But I love Walter Matthau, so I will definitely watch that.
Does he wield a crossbow in that movie?
No, you know what he does? He yells at George Burns for an hour. That's what he does.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
That's
about
what
the
makes it a
same.
masterpiece.
Yeah.
Wow, I got really pithy with that one. Kino Lorber is also putting out Madigan and Street People, and Star Trek Discovery Season 2 is coming out on Blu-ray,
Oh,
so you
yeah.
can check that out.
Yeah.
I'm caving in and getting CBS All Access mainly because my parents are getting it.
Well, yeah.
You know why? Because they want to watch Young Sheldon.
Maybe that's what I'll do. Fuck off. Maybe
I'm
that's
not
what I'll
joking.
do. I'll convince my parents to get CBS All Access. Hey, don't tell anybody about this. I'll convince my parents to get CBS All Access and then share the password with me, and then I'll share my Disney Plus with them. And then that way, we'll all be happy, but I can watch Picard because all I care about is watching Picard.
I agree.
I will pay for CBS All Access for Picard.
And maybe some Twilight Zone.
Or I will buy my parents lunch and let them give me their key.
That's fair. The last two things are Scream Factory is putting out a 1981 movie called Road Games with Jamie Lee Curtis and Stacy Keach.
Cool.
This is a fun little flick. You should definitely check it out. And then last but not least, Shout Select is putting out the most austere collection of this year. I speak, of course, of The Nutty Professor and The Nutty Professor 2 The Clumps Collector's Edition.
Wait, the Eddie Murphy one?
Yeah, look at that.
From Shout Factory.
Shout Select.
Still.
It's their Shout Select label.
What?
That first one's good.
What?
First one's good.
What's happened?
The second one I haven't watched in a while. I'm fairly sure it's stupid.
Man.
But I remember loving it as a kid, which shows you how big an idiot I am no matter what age I am.
Next thing you know, Criterion's going to put out a version of Norbit.
Dude, they put out Armageddon.
Hey.
They'll do anything.
He's an auteur. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm an auteur. Kaboom.
Their DVD release of The Rock is pretty good.
You know what? They should do a Criterion of Pain and Gain because that is his masterpiece.
No.
Hands
No.
down, it is his
No.
masterpiece.
No. His masterpiece is Bad Boys 2. Thank you very much.
No.
Yes.
No. It's Transformers The Last Night. No, I'm sorry. It's the 13th hour.
It's Bumblebee.
He didn't even direct it.
I'm aware.
And that is Blu-rays.
Cool.
Oh, I'm sorry. One last thing.
Oh, fuck.
There is a re-release of The Phantom Creeps with Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
It's got features the robot head that Rob Zombie's made so famous in his stage shows. So you can check that out on Blu-ray. The Phantom Creeps. It's a fun little serial.
Michael Bay's masterpiece is Midway. It's got Mandy Moore in it, and it's out this fall.
No, that's directed by Roland Anonymous Limerick.
Anyway.
And features Patrick Orm Wilson.
I shouldn't have brought up Midway.
And Mandy, 47 meters down, more.
Hey, remember how everybody criticized Pearl Harbor for like being a movie about Pearl Harbor that then tries to like make up for it at the end by using the attack on Japan as like
the Doolittle raid.
Yeah. What a terrible way to write that script that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you do that again with Midway?
I don't know. You know what's funny? As I've gotten older, because I mean, like when it came out, I saw Pearl Harbor in theater, and I liked it because I had no other context for a good war movie because I didn't see Saving Private Ryan until 3 years after that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably because Pearl Harbor's PG-13.
Right. No, I'm the same way. I would almost guarantee I saw Pearl Harbor before I saw.
And I have not watched it in forever, but one of those things those honest trailers things did was remind me. Oh yeah, there's some weird racist shit in here that's like not even like directly related to Japan. Like there's just some flat out weird racist shit going on in there.
No, that movie has problems.
Yeah,
but also has some amazing shit in it. Anyway,
and a Faith Hill music video.
God damn, I forgot about that.
I'll also point out that Arrow's releasing a new version of RoboCop.
Oh, snap.
Ooh.
It's pretty badass. It's coming this week for me.
Was that on there?
Yeah. I saw it.
Either I'm getting it early
or
or
two, yeah.
I can't imagine I'm getting it that early.
Is it a Steelbook edition? I thought I'd seen a
there
Steelbook recently.
is a Steelbook version of it.
Oh, okay.
But I elected for like the fold-out deluxe thing because
No, I'm not seeing it on here. But you know what I am seeing?
Maybe it's next week, and Brad's just getting it that early.
You know what I am seeing is the finally the Blu-ray release of Gone Fishing with Joe Pesci and Danny Glover. I mean, guys, they talk like weird fucking man children in that movie.
Is it an awesome version of RoboCop?
No.
Hey, shut up. Is it an awesome version of RoboCop?
yeah, it's like got all the stuff the Criterion had.
Yeah.
And then more.
Cool.
4K restoration.
It's like great, but more.
Yeah, just I just like somehow I ended up accidentally selling my Criterion DVD of it, and then getting the Blu-ray, and then realizing the Criterion has like the Paul Verhoeven commentary on it, and I was like, "Damn myself!
Oh,
why would you do that? What's wrong with you? You gave up the Criterion?
Yeah."
Idiot.
I was just thinking that's a great way to talk about like great sequels, like Empire Strikes Back. It's great, but more.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's Blu-rays.
Cool. Very good. Alrighty. News.
It's real news.
Oh.
That's how segues work, right? You just say the thing.
Yeah. It's like magic.
Yeah.
Genie.
Then the
and
theme
robot.
song comes in, and you're good.
Well, got a lot of trailers this last week.
I haven't seen any of them.
Got a lot of trailers this week. We'll start off with one that just kind of made me feel weird, but also excited. Is we got a trailer for Fantasy Island from Blumhouse.
Wait, what?
They are taking Fantasy Island, the show with Ricardo Montalban.
Is there a midget?
No, there's
Whoa.
Sorry, is there
and
a little
also
person?
a little person. No, but Michael Pena is doing the Montalban role, or at least he's the curator of Fantasy Island.
What?
It's a horror movie now.
What?
Yeah, it's a horror movie.
How did they think Fantasy Island worked?
You know what? Fantasy Island technically could be a horror show.
Well, I thought you were going to say Fantasy Island technically didn't work. So
No, I mean, no, it doesn't. But Ricardo Montalban's charming to watch. No, but the
weird.
concept where an island where your dreams come true, that can be twisted. into a
Sure.
horror movie. And
Yeah,
it could
yeah.
work too.
Yeah.
Within the context of that show too, it actually works. And I like the idea of
What a
Michael
weird
Pena
thing.
taking that role. So,
Man,
but I mean, watching the trailer,
somebody at Blumhouse was drunk one day like, hey, should we buy the rights to this thing? Why not?
it's a co-production with Sony too, so they may just be desperate enough to work with. I don't know if you know this, but
We just got to keep Disney from buying us, guys.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but Sony doesn't know what the fuck to do with anything. We also got.
It really does sound like somebody at Sony was looking at what they have the rights to and just like spinning a wheel and going like, who do we sell this to?
Yeah.
And see if they can make money. I don't know. Blumhouse. Let's just see.
Yeah. We also got a trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, if you'll recall, ladies and gentlemen,
Right.
we got a trailer for this.
Oh,
not
I've
too
seen
long
a trailer
ago.
for Sonic the
Yeah, now
Hedgehog.
we got a new one, and they changed the look of Sonic, and I, for one, think we need to change it again.
What? When did this happen?
Because the original one was just fine. No.
No.
They released a new trailer, and I don't know, like it doesn't change the fact that it's just the movie Hop, but with Sonic.
It's still, right, like at the end of the day, that movie still looks like garbage.
Yeah.
It's just that now it has Sonic in it, whereas before it had a weird CG rat.
It's so weird because
With teeth.
Jim Carrey as Robotnik kind of looks fun, but
Right. But you can tell how hard they're leaning the trailer on that because
Yeah.
everything else about the movie doesn't work.
and it's so weird because James Marsden is ahead of Jim Carrey in billing, but he's nowhere on that poster.
Is it Ben Schwartz?
Ben Schwartz is playing Sonic,
Yeah.
but he's not on the poster either, or his name's not on the poster.
Yeah.
So it's James Marsden, Jim Carrey, and then it's
mean,
Robotnik and Sonic.
here's the thing,
Like,
here's the thing.
poor fucking James Marsden can't get a fucking break.
At least the thing they got right is that now it looks like Sonic. Like before, it didn't, and now it does.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean,
Okay.
do I give a shit about the movie? Not really,
No.
but I will probably go see it because it'll probably be one of those
And,
movies we're gonna want to review.
To be fair, and I know some people who've worked on some stuff that's maybe Sonic related. The problem with this movie is almost assuredly the people who own Sonic and their interference with how Sonic has to be portrayed in anything Sonic shows up in.
Yep.
And they have a lot of control and say over what can and can't happen.
Uh-huh.
So the problem with this movie has nothing to do with the people who are in it, the people who made it, the people who wrote it, even the people who are designing Sonic. Let me tell you, they didn't fuck it up. They got bad direction from people who control it. So, I'm not going to see that movie.
That's fair. You probably made the wisest decision in your life to leave this show.
I didn't leave.
I know, no.
I just don't show up.
You okay? I'm sorry. You've created a rarity that I envy at this point. But the last trailer that we got, unless I missed any other ones, is the best one, which is we got a trailer for The Invisible Man by Lee Wannell and starring Elizabeth Moss, and I'm fucking stoked.
Is Elizabeth Moss the Invisible Man? Because that would be confusing.
No, the way they're pitching it this time is that she was in an abusive relationship with a man. The man
Was invisible.
dies and but is he dead? No, he's not. He's fucking invisible and he's fucking. I'm not joking. It's that's the plot, and it works. Like that trailer has me sold.
Is he dead? No, he's invisible. I hope that's the tagline.
The dark timeline of Ghost.
Considering
Yeah, it's like Ghost, but your husband was abusive.
Yeah. Instead of the pottery love scene, she's just being strangled.
Oh God!
it makes complete sense for this movie to do what it's doing, and also it's technically taking some concepts from Hollow Man and not doing them dumbly. So dumbly's not a word.
Yeah.
So that's how dumb.
Yeah,
Hollow Man
dumb.
was.
There's just
Hollow Man sucks, guys. But I found it interesting that if this works, then they can do that IP thing again with like doing Universal Monsters. We don't need a connected universe. We don't need anything like that. Just let Blumhouse handle it.
yeah.
know
No,
what
just
they're
make
fucking doing.
good. Just make good monster movies.
Yeah.
like that's fine.
And most importantly, give me the job of redirecting Dracula. I'll make it interesting.
No.
I love the 30s version, but it doesn't have any visual range.
Just don't touch Dracula.
Yeah.
Just don't worry about it.
No,
it's fine.
See,
we don't need to hear it again.
You don't understand my plan.
It's
you know why
fine.
I've been losing all this weight, James?
I got this movie by Keanu.
James, James, you know why I've been losing all this weight? And
play
why I've been
Dracula?
learning Hungarian?
to confuse people.
Blah. That's just the teaser trailer.
It's just blah, blah, and then the guy laughing in the background.
And then October
Oh.
from James 1. Anyway, moving on to other news. So this news came out a few weeks ago. I don't remember if we talked about it, but I guess it had more developments since then. There's a company that's making a movie.
Blumhouse?
And no, not Blumhouse.
Disney?
And what the thing is that
Sony?
the lead in their film is going to be James Dean. Now, there's a problem with
James
that.
Dean, the porn star?
No. Wow. Oh, no. James Dean, the performer from such films as East of Eden, Rebel Without a Cause, and Giant.
And whatever that Canyon movie was with Lindsay Lohan. Right?
All I'm remembering from that movie is Paul Schrader texting Lindsay Lohan saying, "Go home, Lindsay." Because that's a BTS story that you'll want to hear. No, long story short, a company's trying to make, doing the CGI recreation of a dead person. The thing that essentially they did for Peter Cushing in Rogue One.
Right.
But they want to use it for an entire movie. And naturally, the internet's...
But okay, but the difference here is that, like, in one of those movies, they were using CG to bring back a character, and in this case, they're using CG to bring back an actor.
Yeah.
Why?
Because reasons. I don't fucking know. They said that it would be James Dean was the only one who could play this role, and now we have the technology to do it. I'm like, that's not a fucking reason.
But he died.
Yeah.
So clearly he couldn't play that role.
Well, here's the thing. This is the recent development. Worldwide XR CEO Travis Cloyd said that in a uniquely terrible statement that manages to blame this awful new business model on millennials and Gen Z. I am quoting slashfilm.com, by the way, and this is actually a very good article. They hold and represent the rights to more than 400 celebrities, athletes, sports teams, which opens endless possibilities for long dead stars to return to the big screen. Apart from James Dean, that includes actors like Betty Page, Burt Reynolds, Andre the Giant, and sports legends like Lou Gehrig and artists like Maya Angelou.
What a awful, terrible, horrible future we live in.
So, James, you know what you need to do? Because news stories like this...
Zach, hold on. You just realized you lost the role of Dracula because they're just going to have Bela Lugosi play Dracula.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I'm going to say what I'm going to say. So, you've found a way to be able to come on the show every so often and whatnot. And what I need you to do is help me find a wife and have a kid so that I have a reason to not read these news stories anymore. So I can be distracted by actual things and not this garbage. I don't get.
They're not going to do this, right?
Well, see,
this is never going to actually be made because it's impractical.
So, like, a company owning the rights to those images, I understand that that's a thing.
Sure.
Whether or not they're going to do it, I don't know. I mean,
but just hold on to that stuff for another 100 years until we have, like, holographic, like, sex bots in Blade Runner, and then you just sell those people as holographic sex bots
like Lucy.
in our dark, terrible, dark timeline.
It makes me think of the Lucy Liu bots from Futurama.
Right. Yes. Like, that's where we're going. Why would you blow your load metaphorically now by making shitty movies that nobody wants to see?
I agree, because also, who the fuck knows who James Dean is other than me? So,
it's just not it doesn't make any sense.
No, I agree.
It's not going to be some amazing performance. It's going to be at best Alita, which was great, but that was a person under there playing that performance.
Yeah,
and then they're going to mask it over some,
they're trying to layer on top of another layer that doesn't make sense.
Right.
But Brad brought up a point when I was bringing up this whole conversation. I think this was back when we saw Jojo. He's like, "So what? You're not excited at the prospect of having somebody recreate Jack Benny like that?" I'm like, "No. That
Jack
happens.
Benny's dead.
That happens. I shut down the company. I'll accept zombie Jack Benny. I won't accept computer Jack Benny."
Okay, all right. So there are some good things about this, which are yes, you could have a movie where you bring all of those stars back as zombies, or have them have cameos, and it does mean that even as Sir Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart die off, we would still now have a chance to make Brian K. Vaughan's Round Table, which was the script that he pitched that no one has bought because Hollywood is stupid, and it's the coolest idea ever, which was that some terrible dark evil came into the world, and the only way to fight it is with actual English knights.
Yeah.
But of course, all of the knights today are actors.
Yeah.
So the whole plot of the movie was that you had to get Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart and all the people who are knights today.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a brilliant idea for a movie. Now you could do that, but just with CG heads.
Oh,
yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Right, you could set it in the 90s, and a giant dragon pops up, and the only way to kill it is with a sword and a knight.
I think the bigger issue ultimately with all this is just this takes you one step closer to George Lucas's idea of just at some point I do need to work with actors.
Of George Lucas's basement where he doesn't have to see anybody. Yeah.
James, just because you haven't seen my movies in my basement doesn't mean they're not great.
Oh my gosh.
James, I've sent you 500 invites over email.
I'm not coming, George.
I've sent you a Friendster invite. You're not responding to me. Anyway, moving on though, Paul Thomas Anderson's coming back to the big screen eventually with a movie set in high school in the 1970s. Also about a child actor apparently, but that should be interesting. So it's basically going to be Boogie Nights Jr. I don't know.
Does this movie have a plot?
That's a weird thing to associate with kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
I should take a step back. Yeah,
man, good catch, Brad.
Yeah, no, thank you for reminding me how terrible I am.
You piece of shit.
I know. Yeah, I should just dive right into hell. The only thing they're saying about the plot is that it's set in a high school in the 1970s in the San Fernando Valley.
But it's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie that has a plot.
I mean, that's the description. You're being mean. I like his movies. I haven't rewatched Inherent Vice in a while, though. That's something I need to do at some point.
Yeah.
I know it's not supposed to make sense because that's the point of that novel. But I'm looking forward to anything new by PTA. If you haven't watched Phantom Thread, you probably should check it out. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I can
Is it There Will Be Blood? No. But it's pretty damn good.
That's good. Is it? Yeah. Anyway.
I know what you think of that movie. Let's see. Fast and the Furious news for James here, because I know he gets excited about that.
I'm on board.
So, Fast and Furious 9, I'm going to read the headline, may return to the scene of a traumatic event in Dom's life. And at first I thought that was, that he ran out of Corona one day. But no. It looks like something involving... Yeah, they're not really saying.
Don't we still have?
I guess Michelle Rodriguez being on a
Did we kill Charlize Theron yet, or is she still out there?
No, we didn't kill her.
I didn't think so.
No, she's coming back. Right. She's just not wearing the dreadlocks anymore.
Oh, okay.
That's what
shit.
Sorry, this is what it is. I forgot. They're showing Michelle Rodriguez and her at a racetrack, and Michelle Rodriguez looks a little younger, so it may be the
CG.
No, it
may be a CG head of Michelle Rodriguez on a different actor.
No, but you know what it probably is, because I remember this because I watched the first Fast and Furious not too long ago. The Dom's backstory is like he had a traumatic event happen at the track that ended up sending him to prison.
Oh yeah.
And so that's why he is the way he is.
Didn't he like beat a guy with a wrench?
He beat a guy with a wrench so bad that he has to take the bus to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Family. Where's my Corona?
That's what'll really make me care more about those characters instead of The Rock is watching Vin Diesel beat a man with a wrench.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I could make a movie called Wrench Beating and
Just
probably make as much money
Just give me more Hobbs and Shaws movies.
Yeah, I agree.
It gives me exactly what I needed.
I agree.
But without all the Vin Diesel.
Then the quick Joker news, most profitable comic book movie of all time.
Fuck.
Cool. You need to rewatch it, I guess. It hasn't stuck with me the way I thought it might.
I still haven't had a chance to see it. I don't know how I feel about that. I think I have to.
I think it's worth watching it. You know what's funny? I thought about this when I watched it. Is like, I don't know if James will like this because this is a lot like a Scorsese movie, and James does not like those historically. So,
which is also the conversation surrounding the movie. You know, just in the public about like, if you make a movie about a bad person and I'm supposed to root for the bad person, do I like the movie? I generally don't.
See, I've sat with that idea for a month, and my answer is that, you know, it goes back to what I've generally believed, which is just like, well, if it's an interesting story that shows a complex portrait of insanity or dislikable people and like how that unfolds, like it can be of beneficial value.
Sure.
At the very least. But if nothing else, it's not going to cause actual violence in actual society. But
yeah, and I'm not making that argument. I don't know that.
Yeah, no, but I get what you're totally saying. I understand that. But the last piece of news is the saddest one, guys. Not too long ago, we got a trailer for a nightmare called Cats. And
man.
It looks like that nightmare may not be done in time to qualify for the Golden Globes, the SAG Awards, and many more awards.
Oh, man.
So what?
Does that mean it'll get nominated next year? Do they just push it back until all the CG's done?
It doesn't say. They're trying to still push it for their Christmas release. So I think, if anything, the only push they'll be able to make is for the Oscars, unless they get done within the next week or so.
But if they push it...
just the Oscars.
If they push it back, they can put Sonic in it.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. You know what?
And James Dean.
You know what? It's James Dean. And you know
what if James Dean is a cat? What if James Dean is Sonic? We live in a crazy world where anything can happen now.
You know what? Joaquin Phoenix has been photoshopping Joker into other classic movies. Maybe he can Photoshop himself into Cats. Cats, the movie.
Here's the thing. The CG in that actually looks really good for what it is.
It is. It's just, it's unsettling at first. It's Cats. I mean, it's fucking Jersey Girl.
Faces.
Jersey Girl said it very best when it was, basically saying through its screenplay, Sweeney Todd is 10 times better than Cats.
I think,
I know that's not a great argument, but
I feel like there's a part of me that has to watch Cats and has to watch Cats like what's his name in Clockwork Orange, where I hold my own eyes open because I have to make sure I see every single frame.
Me and me, Drew,
because I just have to see it. Like, it's just so much.
Me and me, Droogies watch T.S. Eliot live on the stage.
It's just so much.
You don't need to do it.
I've watched that trailer a number of times.
I'm gonna go because I want to know. I have to know.
Yeah, I don't
but
know
it's
going to
be a situation where, but it's like a situation where either I've already done a subscription program at this point, and they're not like, they may not directly report the money, or I earn enough points with Regal that I get a free ticket, and then I just use it on that. Because I'm not going to give them any of my actual cash, because that would be a terrible thing, James.
Here's the other thing. It's entirely possible that when we go see the movie, all the shots in the movie are actually close-ups from the shoulders up, and that none of the cat people are even in the movie.
You know what? It's also possible that it's Tom Hooper giving me the middle finger.
Exactly. Right. That's what I'm saying. It's all just close-ups of Taylor Swift, and she is dancing, and she is a cat, but you don't get to see any of that. It's just her face.
That's true. It's like a Muppet movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a Muppet movie.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's how he makes movies. He learned to direct from Muppet movies.
Dude, he learned from magical people.
That makes so much sense.
How
now.
come that magic didn't wear off?
Yeah.
Cool. But anyway, that's news.
Great.
Yeah, unless there was anything else. I mean, some streaming service just debuted today.
Yeah, Disney Plus came out today.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah. I got to figure out what I'm deleting off my phone so I can make room.
Oh, yeah. No.
Probably videos of my baby.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'm deleting off of my phone.
Children are not the future, James.
Right.
Disney Plus is.
Yeah. Well, hey, how is she possibly going to watch Disney Plus from the back of the car if I don't have the app on my phone?
Yeah, it's true.
You know, she's not gonna. She doesn't give a shit about watching videos of herself.
Cut to your kid at like age 14 or whatever. Like, Dad, do you have any photos
She
of
just
me
still
when I was
has
a
my
baby?
phone. Yeah.
And you just go, no. But I have season 12 of The Mandalorian. Right. You can watch it, my dear.
I gave you everything you ever needed.
You know, if you just upload those things to Facebook, they'll store it forever. And
True. Yes.
And,
I actually have like all my photos and videos synced to the OneDrive, but I just resynced everything, and it's just taking so damn long for that much data to upload and then get removed from my phone. It's crazy. It's like every couple days I get like 2% of my phone storage back.
Yeah.
You don't need to know about this. Anyway.
No,
but even if you delete it off there, it'll still be there.
That's true. Yeah.
And
Cool.
That's news.
Now we do what we've been watching. Brad? What you been watching?
Not a ton. I'm working a ton this past week. I did get a chance to see The Lighthouse.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Brooks went and saw that.
By herself?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Her
And
mom.
what
Her mom
did
came
you
up and
think?
watched the kid, and she was like, "I want to go see a movie," so she went and saw The Lighthouse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did she
Without me.
find it good acting, but story not so much I cared about?
She referred to it as, well, that was weird and unsettling.
It's an experience. It's definitely like an atmosphere film. I enjoyed Pattinson and Defoe, like their characters and their. Well, I didn't enjoy their characters, but their performances of those characters.
These guys are just so great.
Like it's just like strong acting.
Yeah.
Strong acting. And then visuals, solid, like interesting. Just didn't really care for the mystery part of it.
It's about what happens when masculinity is left unchecked.
I was like,
Wait.
come
No,
on,
no,
somebody throw
no.
a pie.
No. I'm sorry, but the nightly news is what happens when masculinity is left unchecked.
Can't it also be that too?
You
You
That's
should watch
fine.
The Lighthouse.
Still not interesting.
yeah. I mean, I found The Witch
care
underwhelming, and that movie had witches in it. So
Yeah, I was trying to think today because I only saw The Witch that one time back in 2015.
yeah,
I was like, what was the plot of that movie? And it took me like a lot of seconds to remember.
there's a goat.
It's the devil tempting this woman to
I mean,
the devil.
The Witch is actually more. Well, I haven't seen The Lighthouse, but The Witch is more interesting, like in theory, because it's really a movie about how
Women are
these-
oppressed in puritanical societies.
Yeah, well, and Calvinism specifically, and the oppression of Calvinism, and how that religion and women being oppressed in that religion then drives the creation of the thing that religion is trying to fight against and so afraid of. Which is cool. In like on paper, the idea of the witch is great, and then in a trailer, the witch is great, and you watch the witch and you're like, all right,
You did it.
yeah. Right.
I mean, I think it's better than that, but
Yeah.
You did a pretty movie.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Like this looks it looks good. It looks good.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said I
I'm
like
gonna go home now.
I mean, I like The Lighthouse more than The Witch, but I do like The Witch a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to live deliciously.
It's like the quiet horror version of Style Over Substance, you know? Like it's like the Smokin' Aces of quiet horror movies. Because Smokin' Aces is very much Style Over Substance is where
Yeah,
I'm going.
okay.
You know? Like it doesn't make a lot of sense and it doesn't necessarily have much value, but it's cool to look at, and when you go home you're,
I can't agree with that.
great.
Yeah. No one asked you to.
Hey, I really like Smokin' Aces.
Yeah, I was talking about The Witch.
I know. You really like The Witch. I'm just saying.
I will ask you though. Now that you've seen it, there was one part that I laughed at super hard, which is when he starts beating the shit out of that seagull.
That's
Oh,
fucked
shit.
up. That's not a funny part at all.
It's just like the way the seagulls are portrayed in the movie. Like sometimes they're fake, sometimes they're real, and
That
so
was
that one I
funny.
could tell that one was fake. And
Yeah, the
it's
one where he's
just-
climbing up the hill and there's just like these stringed.
Yeah, there's like string birds.
Seagulls just,
it's like
like,
a really
dangling.
cool aesthetic thing because it's supposed to be an old-fashioned movie.
Yeah.
But like when there's a scene where he beats a seagull to death.
Is it the same seagull actor from The Shallows?
No.
It's a different seagull actor.
No, they couldn't afford him.
It's Jonathan Livingston Seagull.
It's the same. It's the same.
Well, there's two seagulls in the movie. That's one of them. The other one's Steven Seagal.
And I should say like that. It's not so much funny as it's just like it took me aback, and I like had that uncomfortable laugh, like, oh, okay, you're just being that seagull to death.
The other one's like, fuck this
That's
dickhead.
not even physically possible. Man can't catch a seagull.
Only the worst things happen to this character.
Dude. Well, I mean, that's why. That's why he dies. That's why he.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Whatever.
Whoa,
You don't
whoa,
like The Witch. You're not going to
whoa,
like this movie.
Spoilers.
Anyway.
Cool. What else did you see?
I really wish Ryan was here because I saw Loaded Weapon 1.
Oh wow! Yeah,
It's on Netflix right now.
you're gonna get nothing but an empty box talking to us about it,
Yeah.
or at least me.
But yeah, so that's the movie that he has this quote he uses all the time that I can't even remember right now. Oh yeah, did you see the Stallone retrospective of the Omni? And I forgot the other half of it.
Yeah.
But right away, like it's like I felt like I was like, this is the movie I would have made because it's so much like the gags from Jean-Claude Van Damme's DM Van
Yeah,
in it. Like, man, this is very similar to like the dissection of like action movies from that period.
yeah.
So there's some good gags in there, but after about 45 minutes, I was kind of like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I've got enough of this. And it doesn't seem to be going anywhere interesting. I didn't realize Shatner was in it as the main villain, so that was pretty fun
Oh wow!
to watch him dunk his head into a piranha tank. Yeah, just fun, silly movie.
Did you guys see Jojo Rabbit at the Alamo?
I did, but I didn't get to see the pre-show.
Oh okay,
I saw it at the Alamo and the Esquire.
okay. Did you see the thing where Hitler's penis gets eaten by a piranha?
No.
Oh, okay. In the pre-show at the Alamo, there's like this weird movie that they take a cut from where like Hitler is taking a bath and somebody sneaks into the room with a single piranha in a jar and drops it in, and then it's clear from like the blood and the way that he's reacting that the joke is that the piranha just eats his dick. Anyway, it was great. It
Cool.
was super weird. Sorry, piranha.
How's that related to Loaded Weapon 1?
Because you were talking about him putting his head in a thing with piranha.
Oh, piranha. Gotcha.
Yeah, it all comes back around.
All right.
Time is a flat circle.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all I got, I think. Yes.
cool.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Zach, what have you been watching?
I played a little catch up because last week was super light. So I decided to try to watch all 6 Lord of the Ring Hobbit movies
Holy shit.
in a 24-hour period, and I got very close. I stopped halfway through Two Towers because I got tired and sleepy.
Yeah.
But I went through the Hobbit extended trilogy, which I had never seen before because I'd
Oh,
only
really?
watched the theatrical versions.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
The extended versions are great.
yeah.
I
mean, they still suffer from all the things that the Hobbit movies suffer from, but
it's
But they're
okay
still
because
good.
I like living in that world, and I don't care
No,
what they throw in there.
I'm with you. I own all 3 of them.
And-
I enjoy them.
And I love the Evangeline Lilly character
Yeah.
in Desolation and Five Armies.
Yep.
And it's I can't wait for the 4K versions, obviously. But those Blu-rays still look great. And the case in point that I have for them is on that 4K TV is Desolation of Smaug looks incredible on 4K.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a Blu-ray, showing it up there, like Smaug looks fantastic.
It does. There's some
Like this
really
is the best
amazing
quality
stuff
I've seen
in
it
yeah.
in because
It's one of those things where like I so wish that the story of that movie, not in the film, but the story of how that movie got made, were so much cleaner. Like
Yeah.
I wish that we had gotten a Hobbit trilogy the way we got a Lord of the Rings trilogy, because it's not. It's almost unfair what everybody had to go through to try and crank that movie out.
yeah, there's
Especially when you watch the appendices on the Hobbit movies.
yeah.
Like those documentaries, when you compare those to the Lord of the Rings, it's a dramatically different environment.
Well, there's
And
a clear.
It's just yeah.
There's a clear passion in Lord of the Rings, whereas in The Hobbit there feels more like obligation.
Yeah, but and it's not just obligation because they have to make a movie to make money. It's like it's obligation to get this thing done on a timeline, and they're running so fast that like there are days where like you never on Lord of the Rings saw times where Peter Jackson stopped and said, I don't have a script for this stuff. I don't know what I'm shooting. Just give me 15 minutes and I'll think it through and figure this out.
Yeah.
Like, and he's got sets and actors and stuff, and he just doesn't know how to film the action scene. Like, that never happens in Lord of the Rings. And here he's just like so behind the 8 ball.
I'm going to show you a picture of this,
shame.
James, so that you have a reference for it. Read this book called Anything You Can Imagine, Peter Jackson and the Making of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I have the Audible audiobook of it. I just haven't listened to it yet.
They talk about the making of The Hobbit near the end, and it's interesting to listen to.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of stories out of that thing.
Because there's so much stuff in there that is fantastic.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch as Smaug is so good.
I loved
And
watching
then,
Martin
like-
Freeman throughout the entire 3 films. I think he's incredible.
And then you get like the weird lava action scene that looks terrible, and you're just like, oh,
I don't
you know.
care.
No, I know. Hey, dude, I'm with you. I love that universe.
Yeah.
I will watch those movies. I watch those movies with my kids and still enjoy them.
My cousin
It's
was
just like a dramatic difference.
Yeah, my cousin was trying to throwing out his opinion that he usually does, which is just like, oh, there's a bunch of studio mandated like overstuffing of those movies and whatnot. I'm just like,
It's not that.
one, I don't care, and two, even if you are trying to bring it around back to Lord of the Rings with the side stuff with Gandalf of like, well, where did he go when he said he was disappearing off in The Hobbit? And the answer is, I like it because I get more Ian McKellen in a movie.
Yeah, and some of that stuff is actually good, and some of that stuff is because they felt the need to have it tie into the other film.
Which makes sense if you're trying to sell this movie.
Right, exactly. Yeah, like
to an extent.
Yeah.
Like,
and it could have all that stuff could have been great. What's wrong with that movie isn't necessarily the overall direction and content. It's the amount of time they had to do it. That team could have made the Lord of the Rings again.
Yeah.
But the Lord of the Rings took 15 years to make.
Yeah.
Like, they just didn't have it,
And it's also every time the credits pop up on each one, I was like, oh yeah, Guillermo del Toro was supposed to do this. Like, we all forget. Right. We kind of forget that his script's still there.
Yeah.
But like, you just kind of forget. And like, I associate Lord of the Rings with Boyens, Walsh, and Jackson. So, and Richard Taylor. But I got in through Fellowship and Two Towers theatrical editions because I hadn't watched the theatrical ones in a while, so I was curious to see how those cuts hold up for me because those are the ones that I watched a shit ton of as a kid.
Yeah,
like I couldn't afford when I was a kid the extended editions until like much later. But all the times that I had to re-buy Lord of the Rings on DVD at some point, I think I bought Peter Jackson a yacht.
I would always just sell the theatrical editions to my mom.
Uh-huh.
So like the DVD of the extended editions would come out, and I'd be like, "Hey, Mom, give me like $15. I'll sell you this DVD, and I'll go get the extended editions."
You pushing discs on your mom.
Yeah,
you little smooth operator.
It was good.
But yeah, so those are good. I'm gonna finish up Two Towers and Return of the King this week, or try to watch all 3 of them and give it a go again.
Yeah.
But I texted you this during when I was watching Fellowship, and I stand by this. I want a side movie, maybe directed by Andy Serkis about Bill the Pony after he gets released outside of the Mines of Moria. I want to know where that horse went through.
Well, he actually in the film version, he's the one who wins the battle at the Scourge of
Gondor?
of the Shire. Like he's the one who actually kicks the orcs out of the Shire and stuff like that. Like that's why Frodo doesn't have to do it at the end. Like, it's a fascinating story. You should read the book.
Actually, you just reminded me that is in the book, and I thought it was weird that J.R.R. Tolkien had the horse pull a shotgun out and say, "Get off my motherfucking Shire."
Yeah.
Like I thought the tone was a little off.
It's pretty great.
Yeah,
it's why the fans are so pissed that they cut that out.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is the Han shot first of the Lord of the Rings.
That was another piece of news we didn't talk about, but I guess they.
What, that Han shot first?
No, I guess
it's not news.
I guess the new.
It's been true for a while.
I guess the new version that they're showing on Disney Plus is that they shoot at the same time.
Yeah, well, that's the most recent cut of it.
Yeah, I was just like,
after all of the hubbub, George Lucas kept going back and shortening that time as much as possible.
Yeah,
so that way he could be right, but also be the good guy. And you're like, dude,
we've
can you just give us our movie?
In the past 20 years, we've analyzed that scene more than anybody's analyzed the Zapruder film. It's pretty disgusting. Moving on though, I went back to Fitness Cinema after a long hiatus, and they started off kind with me with a nice 1 hour 41-minute movie called Spies Like Us, with Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase. And if you've never seen the movie, it's basically it's John Landis doing an homage to the road movies with Bob Hope and Bing Crosby. It's not as good as a Bob Hope, Bing Crosby road movie, but it's a lot of fun. There's also a lot of jokes that don't work today, so just take that with knowledge with you in there as you're watching Chevy Chase say some stupid shit.
Yeah.
But that's okay. You probably live in an era where he said stupid shit regardless of being on screen or not.
Yeah, you have to pretend like you remember what it was like for Chevy Chase to be funny.
Yeah, that's also true. I mean, Dan Aykroyd's great in the movie, and actually Donna Dixon's pretty fun in it too, as like the straight man / Dorothy Lamour character. I mean, it's got a lot. It understands the beats of those movies. I actually think it's like a testament to Landis as a director, as opposed to necessarily the stars. Like, Landis knows how to structure the film so that it operates like a road movie, to the point where the random cameo that they have in usually a road movie of any kind, in this case, is actually Bob Hope, and he just comes in through a tent and makes a comment and walks away, and then like, perfect. That's all you needed. It's like how I wish some cameos would happen in movies today, where they just come in and come out, like not even making a huge deal. Like Stan Lee does it the best, or did it the best. But like I said, it was a pretty efficient affair. I got 7.34 miles out of it and burned 1,000 calories. So
Cool.
Can't go wrong there. Spies Like Us may not hold up today, but it was one of those situations where I'm just kind of like, I know, but I don't care. I just find it weird that it was showing at the gym. But
Yeah, that is a weird one.
yeah, I mean, dude, you look at the schedule for this month, it's kind of whack. They're showing Hannah and Her Sisters near the end of the month, and I'm like, why are you showing that Woody Allen movie about...
Yeah. They got like some old DVDs from like the front desk at a dormitory.
The part where he runs up the stairs of the Philadelphia Art Museum is like totally inspirational in that movie.
There you go. That's true.
It has Max von Sydow has a great line in that movie about like, if Jesus Christ could come back to Earth and see what was being done in His name, he'd never stop vomiting. It's a good movie. Anyway, though, on that front, the only other thing that I watched was a little movie called Dolomite Is My Name, and fucking up motherfuckers is his game.
God, that movie's good.
Yeah. So if you've heard me before, I'm a big fan of Scott Alexander and Larry Karaszewski. I think, like, out of a lot of the film explosions we've done,
That's usually what I think of when I think of Zach. Is big fan of Larry Karaszewski and
Scott
I think of it all the
Alexander
time.
and
Yeah.
Larry Karaszewski. Say their fucking names. But like they did People vs. Larry Flint, Ed Wood, and Man on the Moon.
Yeah.
This one, I was amazed how much of Ed Wood it resembled.
It's very Ed Wood.
But it didn't like shove that directly in my face.
No, it's telling a different story.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
Ryan talked a little bit about it last week, but it is about Rudy Ray Moore, the comedian / blaxploitation actor, producer who made the Dolomite movie, and subsequent sequels in that vein of not Dolomite sequels, but just like different films that kind of run in that gamut of genre. And I spoke about it last year. Like, if you watch Dolomite, it's kind of like an Edgar Wright movie where it's like it's a worthy entry into a blaxploitation genre, but it's also kind of poking fun at it. In the case of Dolomite, it's really like it's going big and broad. I hadn't watched Dolomite in a long ass time, and I didn't really give it any thought. So I didn't really know much about Rudy Ray Moore until going into the movie. Like, I just knew about Dolomite, and that's about it. Because it ultimately wasn't like the blaxploitation films I was watching. But his story is pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's great.
And the performance that Eddie Murphy gives in this movie is pretty fucking amazing, because I've never cried at an Eddie Murphy movie. And an Eddie Murphy movie made me fucking cry.
Aw.
That's really I think it's primarily the there's two moments specifically. One is like it's the day before they start filming, and he's sitting alone and he's trying to rewrite those lines. He's trying to find a pen, and he starts yelling at the photograph of his father. And like, it's a scene that in any other hand would be kind of played for like it's too over the top and whatnot. But when you have those writers and you have Craig Brewer setting the scene visually, and you have Eddie Murphy in there. The tone they've already set, it's a moment that works. It's kind of like how some of the most obvious moments in Ed Wood end up being the ones that make you cry or make it feel something.
Yeah.
But the other one is Queen Bee when she tells him outside the steps, like, thank you for putting me in the movie.
I've
because
never seen a woman like me up on that screen.
But what's beautiful about
So
what
good.
Eddie Murphy does in that moment, and she's great in that movie too, by the way.
Yeah.
She's fucking fantastic. I want to see her in more things. The beautiful thing is, after she's given that emotional speech, Rudy Ray Moore keeps being Rudy Ray Moore because he just starts singing the song for when they first started
lets
working
it roll
together.
off. Yeah, it's so good.
This movie, and you know what's funny? The ending of it is almost like the antithesis of Ed Wood, which is just like, what if everything went okay?
Exactly.
Like, what if alcoholism and spiraling into sadness wasn't the actual end of the movie?
Right.
And also the scene where he's rapping with the kid outside the theater.
Yeah.
And then it's one of the most beautifully directed scenes in a movie I've seen this year is that very end when he's going to give a show for the whole crowd. The way he's blocking Eddie Murphy is that he's making sure that Rudy Ray Moore gets to be seen by every person in that crowd.
Right.
Not just the people in front, directly in front, but the people behind it. He layers and layers. It's beautiful blocking. It's beautiful direction. This movie's fucking fantastic. And actually, this, along with our movie of the week, made me have to really restructure my list for Film Explosion. So, spoiler alert: Avengers is no longer on that list.
What?
Yeah, we'll probably chat about it at some point.
No, I think you just got uninvited from the Film Explosion.
That's fine. Whatever. I've got 10 really good movies in my list now.
I don't think you do.
Just wait.
If the Lighthouse is on there, dude. Okay. Anyway, are you done?
I'm more offended that he's just revealing his list ahead of the
That's also
it's
no
only
fun.
6 weeks away.
It's more fun. It's more fun to shit down your throat for not putting on the list on the day. Like,
you guys are
it's
giving
no
me
fun
shit no
to
matter
do.
what I do.
Well, that's true.
And
Yeah,
also,
welcome to this podcast.
hey, James, keep getting me Guff, and I'll make Irishman #1.
God,
I am excited to watch it.
if that's how you want to punish yourself, then go right ahead.
Actually, I found out that the Alamo's showing it, so I'm glad I don't. I like the Esquire, but I don't necessarily want to sit in their seats for 3.5 hours.
Now he'll pay extra money to punish himself.
Yeah, he's gonna pay more money than a Netflix subscription to go see a Netflix movie. Anyway,
But I
so
can go watch it in a nice.
is it me? Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Only thing I want to talk about. Well, I was gonna make a joke that like I have 37 things I've seen since the
Half
last
a
time.
year's worth of stuff.
Yeah. And there are a number of things like Dolomite Is My Name, or I did see Downton Abbey, which I never got to talk about. But I need to just start calling in every now and then and just doing a quick little like, hey, y'all should just see Downton Abbey because it's pretty good. But anyway,
yeah.
And I did rewatch Gosford Park, which it's interesting to watch those two movies close together because they are so similar and so different. Because obviously one of those movies has to introduce characters and the other one doesn't.
So I'm not finished with Downton, but do I need to
No.
know the
If you-
season finale or the series finale to get invested in the movie? Or
No, I mean you could watch it, but it would spoil things that you haven't seen in the show. Like,
all right, then I'll wait.
yeah. I mean, if you're watching through the show and you're enjoying the show, just finish the show. Like you've already missed it in theaters, so whatever.
Yeah.
So, and I don't want you to see any more good movies this year because apparently you've seen so many that you don't have room for Endgame. Anyway, the thing I want to talk about is HBO's Watchmen. Which I don't know. Have any of you guys watched any of Watchmen?
No, I've been hearing great things, and I'm curious what you think.
Holy shit. So I've seen all 4 of the first episodes. There's also a great podcast that HBO is doing with it, where every 3 episodes they're doing the guy who was the showrunner for Chernobyl.
Is it called Watching Men?
No. is basically interviewing Damon Lindelof every 3 episodes about the show.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of cool because Damon Lindelof and Carlton Cuse did a podcast on Lost back when the show was on. But that was like an every episode thing where they answered questions. This is like a really interesting like deep dive into the way that show is written and run. But anyway, Watchmen is fantastic and one of the best pieces of television I've seen in a while, and important. So Watchmen is basically like a sequel to the book. So light spoilers for the book and for the show here, though if you've read the book, you'll already know this stuff as soon as you start watching the show.
Alien exploded.
Well, and if you've watched the show, if you watch the show without reading the book, none of what I'm about to say will even make sense to you yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes place in a universe where it's not like the movie. There was a giant squid that blows up New York.
Yep.
And Ozymandias saved humanity, maybe.
Well,
but it starts off. It starts off with the 1921 massacre in Tulsa.
I've been hearing about this. Yeah, this is an actual massacre that happened.
Yeah, and it's a thing that nobody talks about. No. In African American communities, everyone knows about it, but then none of the rest of us know anything about it
because we're poorly educated, James.
Well, that's part of it. Yeah.
Yep.
Also, the education system is somewhat racist and leans towards white people.
Oh yeah.
But all of that aside, fascinating story where white people put down Wakanda, basically, and which is literally a thing that Damon Lindelof says in the podcast, where he was like, we were starting the show before Black Panther came out, but I was thinking about Black Panther a lot because it had been announced, and at the time I was reading about all this stuff, and I thought, man, if a country like Wakanda actually existed, white people would just destroy it because they did in Tulsa in 1921. Mm-hmm. So it starts off there, and then the whole show takes place in Tulsa. And in this universe, there's an event in Oklahoma some 30 years after the events of Watchmen the book, where a bunch of neo-Nazis basically found out who all the police were and broke into their houses and killed a whole bunch of police officers in the middle of the night.
Now, I heard that the police officers are essentially, quote unquote, the heroes, and they're allowed to.
So I'm getting there.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
So what happens is in Oklahoma they pass this law because now no one wants to be a police officer because they don't want to be known. So they pass a law that now police officers all wear masks. Mm-hmm. To hide their identity so that way criminals can't follow them home and kill them.
Right.
Because that's what everybody in Oklahoma is afraid of.
Right.
So some of the police officers take on vigilante identities like the old Watchmen characters. And then some of them, the majority of them, are just guys who kind of look like police officers and wear sort of that iconic Watchmen yellow mask, right?
Yeah.
So you've got all of this stuff going on, and you've got this race war that's continuing to go on. And what's interesting about what they did was it's basically a show about race, because that's sort of what Damon Lindelof was interested in at the time. He built a very diverse cast of writers for the writers' room. Cast of writers. But, he built a very diverse writers' room to try and protect himself from being a bald white guy. And...
yeah.
And sort of the angle that he takes is that there's an assumption at the end of Watchmen the book, and this is what I think is so brilliant about the show. There's an assumption at the end of Watchmen the book that Ozymandias might be right, and that by doing this thing, he gets rid of war and brings humanity back together.
But the whole discussion at the end of Watchmen is the ethical debate. And
right.
It even ends with
Rorschach
revealing it.
But that ethical debate only matters if there's a world in which Ozymandias is right and that plan works.
Yeah.
But what you actually get in the show is a world where, sure, we've won the Vietnam War. Now everybody is afraid of aliens, so they're not necessarily fighting each other on a national scale, but in a way that is very prescient in today's world. Instead, people are fighting on a neighbor-to-neighbor scale.
Okay.
And so you still have all of this infighting, but it's not on the at a high level. Sure, we're not necessarily having conversations about war, and we're trying to drive humanity forward theoretically, but actually we've all gone backwards.
Yep.
And all of this stuff, and that's part of why it feels so prescient now, is that Watchmen in 1986, written in 1985, is very important and from that time, and is a commentary on the end of the Cold War and how people are feeling and what that means and maybe how we should go forward. And I think now you look at this show and this thing that he's been working on for years now.
Yeah.
He was working on in a pre-Donald Trump America. And now you look at things and you're like, wow, this hurts to watch.
Yeah. I imagine so.
It's fantastic. It does have some of the legacy, like the original book characters pop up. I don't necessarily want to say who, because I think the way they reveal that stuff is amazing. I think the way that he's handling those characters is unbelievably good. Like, he looked at those the characters who do carry over, looked at them and said, like, what would these people do now? And what does the end of the book say about where they're going? And how can we use that to really redefine this story? It's fantastic. All of the new characters, I think, are great. Don Johnson in the first episode is wonderful. And then it's kind of like Fargo, the TV show, where it feels like Watchmen, but they're telling a different story. Like, it has some of the same signposts along the way. It's still got a murder mystery that you have to solve, while at the same time there's all these big questions, and maybe there's people who have some kind of master plan going on, but we don't know what it is yet. And you've still got, I mean, it's not spoilers to say that Dr. Manhattan is around somewhere, but you don't necessarily know where. Like, you just know there's this constant presence. He structures every episode differently in a similar way to the way that the book did. So some episodes follow new characters, or some episodes have, like a joke structure running through them the whole time. Yeah. But the thing that makes this show so fucking good is that in about the middle of the episode, you just go spend like 5 minutes with Jeremy Irons, who, if you've read the book or you know anything about Watchmen, you know who Jeremy Irons is, but you don't know where Jeremy Irons is. Jeremy Irons' character is living in this castle. He has these people who are like his butler and maid, and you have no clue what's going on.
So they're not revealing who he is yet. They're just...
in the third episode, they finally do.
Okay, because I was going to say, they announced that news.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those things where if you know anything about Watchmen, you know who he is. And even when they announce who he is, if you don't know anything about Watchmen, you're like, so? Like, who the hell is Adrian Veidt? Why would I care about this?
And then you hear a bunch of nerds snickering, going like,
right.
Here we go.
Yeah. But everyone else knew the first episode because he's so perfect in the role.
Yeah.
He's the way he plays whatever is going on with that character is great. There's a scene in the first episode where his butler tries to hand him a horseshoe, and in that moment, you just know everything is fucked. Like, it's so bizarre and brilliant. And for anybody who hates Damon Lindelof, I'll tell you that in the podcast, he specifically talks about how one of the things that's very important to Watchmen and the show being of Watchmen is that everything is enclosed and all ties up, and there's all these loose ends that come back together. And so, yes, for every question that he introduces, he's going to give you an answer. You friggin' annoying people who still think that he doesn't. But he's so good at asking the questions. And more importantly, he's so good at writing those characters. It's just amazing.
If it wasn't for knowing you, as long as I've known you, I would not have had the reevaluation of Lindelof that I've had.
He's amazing.
But when I was younger, I wasn't really fully understanding how good he is.
Lost is a fantastic television show. The Leftovers is so amazing.
I haven't seen Leftovers. But, that's just a matter of I haven't gotten to it yet. But
the worst thing about Prometheus is that they didn't stick to their guns with Covenant, and that they undid so much of the good things he did in that movie.
Mm-hmm. But it's okay because a John Denver song played.
Throw this mic at your head.
No, I don't think Covenant's terrible. I mean, if I'm reevaluating Prometheus at this point, obviously it's not as good as, or it's better than Covenant, but in terms of like separating itself out and just being its own thing and all that shit. But
Prometheus is better than Aliens.
That's fair.
Anyway,
because it's got more artistic merit.
Doesn't matter. Watchmen is so good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bump this up. I mean, I was curious about this from the moment they announced it. It's funny because I've been thinking a lot about Watchmen in the sense of like, man, my view on that book is definitely not what it was when I was younger. Like it's not so much the viewpoint, it's just like my reading of it is so different, and that's partially why I haven't really gone back to the movie, because the movie's hitting on the same point but in a more sanitized way.
Well, and I think this is better than the movie
Yeah.
without a doubt, because the movie is like Watchmen. The book is of its time.
Yeah.
Alan Moore is the George Lucas of comics,
And a wizard.
and I say that because Alan Moore today is unplugged. Like, the truth is, unfortunately, Alan Moore should watch this show, and he should really love it because it is doing the same kind of stuff he was trying to do, but for a different audience at a different time in a different medium.
Yeah.
And that's important and worth seeing. Whereas a movie adaptation of his book is not that important.
And this
it's
is
just fun.
And this is not to sound denigrating to the, coven that he believes in, but he's got spells to cast, man.
But yes, also he's a little kooky and out there.
There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
I'm just like, he's busy.
And for all we know, under that big long beard, he's got a turkey neck like George Lucas. I'm just saying, we can't prove he doesn't. They might be the same person.
I like the idea that him and Alan Moore and Richard Stanley do weird shit in the woods. And you know what? It helps me go to sleep at night.
Anyway, you should check out Watchmen on HBO. I don't think I've been this excited to watch serialized television
Since Young Sheldon.
since Fargo.
Okay.
I mean, like, really, I'm at the point now where I'm mad that I can't binge watch the show.
Yeah.
Like, I want Sunday to come.
Yeah.
I haven't had that feeling in a long time.
Yeah, that's. We've got the HBO subscription still, and I want to start watching Game of Thrones
catch
just
up.
to do that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, don't watch Game of Thrones. Watch Watchmen.
well, I can. I mean, the thing is, I can do both, James.
No.
I really can.
Well, you can because there's only 4 episodes. So yeah.
I also kind of want to do it because like those guys at that panel at the con were nice to me, so I want to
Sure.
balance out the karma on that. Well, that's cool.
Anyway,
Also,
that's what I've been watching.
I was curious. Did you watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Was it something you enjoyed?
I have not seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay.
I will make sure I do before the end of the year.
Yeah, because I need to know whether or not you think it's somehow better or worse than The Hateful Eight.
I was going to go. I mean, it's better than The Hateful Eight.
Well, yeah.
I don't need to see it to know. Like, come on.
Shut up.
So I was gonna go, and then the only place it was showing, I was gonna meet a friend and go see it, and then the only place it was showing was at like the Hamden Elvis, and I was like, I'll just wait for a Blu-ray.
Yeah, it was either that or a
come out.
cabin in the middle of the woods that was being snowed in.
I have a cabin in the middle of the woods with a Blu-ray player. When a Blu-ray comes out, I'll go watch it there.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Yeah. Or you can watch Cabin in the Woods in that cabin in the woods.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I've been watching.
Cool.
So this week, we got a thing from Corinne.
That's right.
She went and saw a movie. Or
Bad
she didn't
Boys.
go to see a movie, but she
Yeah.
finally saw Bad Boys.
She endured Bad Boys.
Yeah. I know when she put that poll up, I was like, why would you watch the first one? The one to watch is Bad Boys 2.
Yeah.
I don't even know that you need to see the first one. Who gives a shit about the first one?
Or, you could just watch neither and watch Pain and Gain, which is Michael Bay's
No.
masterpiece.
Bad Boys 2 has this great scene where they're driving down the street and there's a truck with cars on it, and there's a great action scene where they throw cars at Will Smith and he dodges them. It's amazing.
Pain and Gain's about how...
It's a better car chase than Matrix Reloaded. Anyway, let's hear what Corinne had to say about Bad Boys 1.
Hey nerds, Corinne here for part 31 of Catching the Classics, where I watch famous and popular movies I've never seen before and send in my review. This week, half of you voted for me to watch Bad Boys, and the other half of you voted for me to watch Superbad, and it ended in a tie, so I did a coin toss, and I got Bad Boys. Which, yeah, now I'm really wishing it had been Superbad, because Bad Boys is the worst. Oh, it's so stupid. It makes Rush Hour look like a freaking Oscar winner, man. It is just, it's trite, it's exhausting and long, and people yell about 80% of their dialogue. And Martin Lawrence especially is just, he would not fucking shut up. He wouldn't shut up. I mean, I kind of wished Will Smith had been in the movie more, because he's, like, kind of a good actor. Like, I know we shit on him now because he takes, like, really crappy roles, but I feel like he's a better actor than Martin Lawrence, and at least his character wasn't just so exhausting. I checked out of the movie pretty much immediately. I was like looking at my phone half the time, which didn't help. Yeah, they're terrible, terrible cops. They are, I mean, like, so many rules broken, no Miranda rights read. I mean, Ryan will tell you, they're just terrible cops. They're terrible. I mean, just completely terrible human beings. And they're terrible characters. There's one good scene in the movie. And it's when they're talking about how Will Smith's character is, like, he comes from money and he's rich. And he kind of has this, like, reputation of being just this, like he's a cop as, like, a hobby, basically. Like, it's not a job for him. It's basically just something to do. And he just tells Martin Lawrence's character to just basically fuck off. Like, that's not how he feels about it. And I wish they'd gone into that more. But they just drop it. And I was like, fuck, you guys. That was actually, like, a good scene. Just, oh my gosh. Everything about this movie is stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Damn it, I wish I'd have gotten super bad now. Blame it on the quarter, okay? Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm really tipsy right now, because I said I would do this review tipsy, and I did. I watched the movie sober, and then I got tipsy, and then I started cleaning my house a bunch, and now I'm talking to all of you, so yay, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, that happened, and I'm gonna give what did I watch? Bad Boys. I'm gonna give Bad Boys 2 out of 5 stars, cause fuck them. Fuck this movie. It is so trite, and it's so bad, and, like, they treat the female characters horribly. Just horribly. Like, everybody, and just, yeah. Sorry, that didn't make a lot of sense. But, and they can't do, like, those jokes about, like, gay people don't age well. And, yeah. I know they're making a third one, and I saw the previews for the third one. I don't know if a lot of people are going to see this, because I think this is a thing that was, like, it's just pure 90s. You can't watch this shit now. So, that's it. Okay, 2 out of 5 stars. It's bad. Don't watch Bad Boys. Sorry, anybody who's still living in the 90s. Bad Boys sucks. Okay, so for my next movie, I'm going to watch The Graduate, because it's about to fall off of Netflix. So, yeah, I'm going to watch that next time. Talk to you all soon. Have fun. Oh, everybody, follow me on Twitter. I am at Catching Classic. Not Classics. The thing on Twitter wasn't long enough, so it's just at Catching Classic. Singular. Okay. And then go read all my shit on the website, realnerdspodcast.com, and read all the other shit on there too, because it's great. Okay. Love you all, and I'll talk to you sometime next time. Bye!
She took it to task.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't blame her. That movie.
I mean, I'm the moderate. I'm usually a moderate on Bad Boys. Like, I don't rewatch it, but
It's very of its time.
Oh yeah.
You know.
And stories about Don Simpson overshadow the whole movie itself for me, because I'm just like, man, Don Simpson was fucking weird.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I own the Blu-ray because it comes with Bad Boys 2. Corinne, you should watch Bad Boys 2.
Yeah.
It's
Or Pain and Gain.
it's a ridiculous thing. Yeah. Anyway,
It's a ridiculous
Cool.
thing. The Michael Bay story.
this week we saw Jojo Rabbit.
We did.
Brad, should people see Jojo Rabbit?
Absolutely, you should. Yeah, it's funny. It's heartbreaking. It's one of the best films of the year.
Yeah. Zach, should people see Jojo Rabbit?
Yes, you should. A lot of what I want to say about this film has to come at the spoiler point, but
Yeah.
this may sound hyperbolic to a degree, but hell, that's my fucking nature. I've been looking for a long time for somebody to do things that Lubitsch or even Mel Brooks were able to do years and years and years ago, and tell these very important stories in the way that they were able to through their humor, and it felt like I'd never really see the true embodiment of that ever come back, because I think it's kind of Lubitsch, then Brooks, and now it's Waititi. And I've started seeing that as early on as, What We Do in the Shadows and even Hunt for the Wilder People. And Thor Ragnarok's got a little bit of that to some degree, but it's from a whole different angle.
Right.
But Jojo Rabbit, I think, is the full evidence that I have that he's embodying that exact spirit. This film is actually very remarkably well made and toes a lot of lines, and I think it's an important watch. And we'll get into why I feel that way in spoilers.
Yeah.
James, should people watch Jojo Rabbit, a film by Taika Waititi, distributed by Walt Disney, Fox Searchlight, Columbia Pictures?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the movie it's so heartwarming and heartbreaking at the same time, and yet lures you in with this very Wes Anderson beginning where everything is whimsical and silly and weird. And then when it gets to the meat, it's just so wonderful. It's like it's strange and tempting to say that it's an easy recommendation, because you're like, well, okay, it's an easy recommendation to people who would watch movies about Nazis. But it kind of is. It's almost a family movie, and yet at the same time, very much not. So yeah, I think everybody should see it. Absolutely. So funny, so well written, such a good story. People need to check it out. So here is the trailer for Jojo Rabbit.
Here's Marshal Jojo. You're our top man. Prepare to leave the house.
Today you boys will be involved in such activities as war games, ambush techniques, and blowing stuff up.
I don't think I can do this.
Was? Of course you can.
When I was your age, I had an imaginary friend. Got me in so much trouble.
Kids, it's time to burn some books.
You're growing up too fast. 10-year-olds shouldn't be celebrating war and talking politics.
Heil Hitler.
I wish more of our young boys had your blind fanaticism.
Did you know Jews can read each other's minds? But how would you know if you saw one? They could look just like us. Hi. You know what I am? Say it. A Jew. Gesundheit.
Sheesh, that was intense.
What am I going to do?
No idea.
Got it! I will
Burn
negotiate.
down the house and blame Winston Churchill. Or negotiate.
If I tell on you, you'll be in big trouble.
They'll never win. Love is the strongest thing in the world.
Your mother took me in. She's kind. She treats me like a person.
You two seem to be getting on well.
She doesn't seem like a bad person. I'm the enemy. You're not a Nazi, Jojo. You're a 10-year-old kid who likes dressing up in a funny uniform and wants to be part of a club. Yogi? Oh, God. Nothing makes sense anymore. Yeah, I know. It's definitely not a good time to be a Nazi.
So before we get into too much spoilers, the movie starts and you meet Jojo, who's in the Nazi youth and is really excited to go start his first weekend in the Nazi youth. And it does it it has this whimsical, like, you know, it's not super Wes Anderson-y, but there's some of that, like especially little quirky things, like when the kid throws the knife at the tree and it bounces back and hits the kid in the knee. Like there's just funny little things like that are outlandish and whimsical that just feel like that, and it lures you in.
I know you
for the first 20 minutes.
I know you hate the word absurdist.
I don't know.
What am I thinking of? Oh, surreal. You hate the word surreal.
No. I just hate Black Swan. That's a different thing.
But okay, so I'm gonna go with absurdist then.
Yeah.
When I talked,
it starts very absurd.
When I talked about the Brooksian or even the Lubitchian kind of effect this film has, like, I think that first 5 minutes really is your make or break point for some audience members, because he's going in a direction.
Yeah.
We live in a world that is unfortunately having to be reminded that Nazis are bad. That's what's fucking ridiculous. That Taika Waititi even had to make the movie is because we shouldn't have to fucking remind people. But here we are. That being
someone wrote a book that
he was
inspired by. So,
but also, I think the movie is about. The movie transcends that to some degree and really becomes about, and this isn't really spoilers, but becomes about that sort of coming of age moment when you've been comfortable with a certain way of thinking, and that perspective in life has to die, and that's a very universal story.
And I've heard some people who weren't so hot on the movie kind of discussing broader
how much they like Hitler.
There are it's more of just like, should you be trivializing this subject matter or treating it with humor at this?
It's not trivializing at all.
See, let me finish. There's something that there's something that I've not read in any single review, and if there's one out there, please tell me about it. It's interesting how this movie is approached from the viewpoint of a 10-year-old kid, and the thing that's the scariest right now, to my mind, in regards to a current threat that we're dealing with, is indoctrination on the internet, YouTube, and fucking weirdo conspiracy bloggers. So within that mindset, the movie and its setting and its characters is all very appropriate to a current setting and talking about a very relevant angle on this, while also dealing with the broader subject.
And I think the absurdist part of it is very important to what the movie is doing, not just because it lures you in,
because it has to remind you that this ideology is stupid.
Right, exactly. Like what is so wonderful about it is that the absurdism doesn't change; it just points its finger in a different direction. So at the beginning, where everything feels whimsical like a Wes Anderson movie, at the end you realize that those ways of thinking are what is absurd, and everything that doesn't have to do with that becomes real and tangible. And honestly, I think he does it better than a Mel Brooks or any of those guys. Like the way he takes that, and he's not just poking fun because it's silly. He's using that to tell a better story.
Have you watched Lubitsch's To Be or Not to Be?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I have. And I mean, they're great. I'm not.
What I'm going to say is, you're right. Although I don't like the way you said that he does it better, because those guys are masters. Anyway,
things are allowed to get better 100 years later.
Exactly, and that's my point. This is the natural evolution point of how you handle this subject and do it appropriately. And what I appreciate about it is that, I don't like Life is Beautiful, because I think it does exactly what this movie doesn't do, which is kind of trivialize things and kind of doesn't really fully grasp the horrors of the situation. When this movie has to be serious, it gets serious, and it treats it with the austerity it needs to. My favorite performance in the movie, and it's going to sound weird, is actually Taika Waititi, because it's not.
I was really hoping you were going to say Rebel Wilson.
No, well, that scene behind the wall.
I've never loved her in a movie as much as I do this one.
It's the funniest. It's the most I've laughed at her in a movie since Pain and Gain. But,
she's so good.
But
when she says at the beginning, "It's a great time to be a woman,"
biggest body, 18 children for the Reich.
It's just so good.
But
18 Children for the Reich. I forgot about that.
But Waititi is again doing a Lubitchian, Brookesian kind of thing where he's assuming that role of like playing the exaggerated version of Hitler. And what's interesting is that because the movie has been sold and it starts out even for the most part with this performance is kind of like this goofy wackadoodle version of Hitler.
Yeah.
The last two scenes with Waititi are decidedly not that. And he starts becoming the asshole that you start. It's almost like Jojo has to realize over time in his mind that this is not good for him in both what he's seeing outside of that illusion and inside that illusion.
So here's where I will disagree with you. Because I think my one disappointment in the film, and now we're really getting into spoilers, my one disappointment in this film is fuck you, Hitler. It's fun. Yay, fuck you, Hitler. Like, you know, we all have a good time with fuck you, Hitler. But man, what a missed opportunity to have that character actually talk to Hitler and actually tell Hitler what he thinks and actually have that moment where he explains, like, man, I thought you were this, and this is how you used me, and this is what you really are. And
were you wanting him to talk to the real Hitler or still the imaginary version?
No. Imaginary Hitler.
Okay.
Like, I want him to talk Hitler into non-existence, and because I want that release more than I want fuck you, Hitler. And because what you just said is like he becomes this realistic thing, but then he unrealistically gets kicked out the window, and for me, him really addressing the realism of Hitler in his life and that. Those bad backwards ways of thinking and the legacy and tradition he'd been given, and him finally rejecting that and realizing that wasn't actually the way things are. To me, there was just a great opportunity there that's missed, and it's like it's what makes this 98% instead of 100. Like, I'm just saying, it was this one moment where I was like, you went for the fun thing when you could have had me in tears, because that's like this beautiful moment where that character really gets to change. But how he changes is, but in the moment where he changes, he uses violence to do it instead of his intelligence, and that to me is underwhelming. Where like it would have been so great to talk to the audience then.
I'm hearing what you're saying, and I'd have to rewatch to kind of see how that scene plays in a different setting. But I'll tell you, like the thing I was mainly going for in terms of praising Waititi's performance is like there's a point in the movie, and it's the second to last time you see him on screen, when he starts going into dark mode and you start overlaying that audio. And Brad mentioned the audio, and I was like, well, I'm not even looking at that, because I'm going to point to another example of historically how this subject has been approached. Charlie Chaplin's The Great Dictator.
Sure.
What do you do in that performance? You start recreating those like those god awful fucking like over exaggerated hand movements and shit.
Right.
Which, you know, like it made it like one of the scariest scenes in that movie, aside from Stephen Merchant's scene and the Scarlett Johansson reveal with the shoes. Is as hands down watching that whole scene with Waititi unfold before he kicks the chair and says, "Get your shit together." Which that was one of the fewer moments in the movie where I wasn't laughing, because I was like, I just that just became the moment it needed to become. And the merchant scene is actually it's a masterclass in tension while still playing that comedy line.
So good.
But my favorite joke in the movie is one that reminds me of why I like Mel Brooks movies and why I like Taika Waititi a lot and why I think he's carrying on that spirit. Sam Rockwell, I don't remember it verbatim, but just bear with me, is just like, you know, when I asked for a group of German shepherds, I did not mean actual German shepherds. And then they cut to a group of men who are German shepherds. And he goes like, no, I agree. We should have gotten the German shepherds. Never mind. Don't worry. It's a dumb name for a dog. And I was like, man, that's a joke that is strictly Brooksian and shouldn't work anymore, but it fucking works. The movie hits those marks beautifully. And like much like To Be or Not to Be, I feel like it's coming out at a time when there's gonna be like a divided opinion on it, like in terms of just like if you, I mean, like, and I'm gonna use those analytics that suck, but like Metacritic or Rotten Tomatoes, like it's kind of like a down the line thing for some people. And what's interesting is that the movies like that have that kind of discourse, that are talking about this and have that kind of divided opinion, end up lasting. And so it makes me feel very optimistic for Jojo Rabbit carrying on in the future as a movie that you can go back to as a good example of satire and of talking about this subject matter and doing it in a way that is appropriately humorous.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that the movie is I think pretty palatable for anybody. Like I think that sure what it's saying in the real world today is us applying it to a real situation where the movie works universally. And so I think a lot of people would see this movie and no matter where they stand on certain things, would still enjoy it and maybe get some meaning out of it, and maybe it would actually make an impact rather than just being divisive.
I just feel like I've read a lot of people who were coming out of it going like, well, it doesn't quite do enough, or it totally misses the mark, or it's completely inappropriate. I'm like, I think
those people are missing the point.
That's fair. Yeah, if you want to look at it that way, that's fine. I get that. This movie's not going to be for everybody. The movie's whole existence.
Oh, we just said it was because all three of us said everyone should.
I know,
but
see
so it's clearly for everybody.
Unfortunately, we're not everyone, and also Ryan isn't here.
Why aren't we?
But I mean, this is a movie that like I was just amazed that it worked and it towed the line the way it does. But I also just realized I've been talking way too much. You've been talking way too much. Brad, what did you think of Jojo Rabbit?
Yeah.
Well, first, let's see what Corinne has to say.
Hi, nerds. It's Corinne. Sorry I couldn't make it to your recording of the Jojo Rabbit episode. I had to work. I'm sorry. Also, I wasn't planning on joining you guys anyway, but because I wasn't planning on seeing the movie, but I had some free time Saturday night. It was playing at my local Regal Theater, finally. And I was like, oh, fine, I'm going to check it out. I've been wanting to see it for a while, but they didn't have it, and I didn't want to have to go pay extra. Now that I have this Regal Unlimited, I'm going to be at the movie theater, like, all the time. So, anyway, these are my no spoiler-free thoughts. I definitely recommend people see the movie. I think it's amazing. It's funny, but it's also really dark sometimes, but I mean, that's like appropriate given the subject matter. I think the performances are great. The kid who plays Jojo does a fantastic job. Like, I think we don't appreciate the fact, like, he's a child actor. He's, about 10 probably? And he has to carry the bulk of this movie on his own, and he just does it so effortlessly especially for a child, but just for any actor, period. And yeah, Taika Waititi's Hitler is a very interesting discussion, but it's also very funny. Yeah, I love the movie. I want to go see it again. I've only seen it once, but I really want to go see it at least once more. It might show up on a list later this year. Who knows? Oh my gosh, I love this movie. I love these characters. The journey that they went on, that we all went on together with them. My theater was packed. And I mean, this is like, 3 weeks after the movies come out? And I know it was like the first showing in this Regal Theater I went to, but it was just, I mean, it was almost every seat was taken. I could not believe it. And seeing it with a big crowd like that, it was like, sometimes like it was fun to see it with like such a energetic crowd, but also like there were a couple of moments of dark humor where people laughed and I didn't, and I was like, what the hell? Like, you people are kind of fucked up. But I mean, the movie is also kind of fucked up, and like the subject matter is kind of fucked up like that. So like the scene where Rebel Wilson's character at the end, like she has the kid with the grenade on his back and she's like, go give that American soldier a hug, and some people laughed at that. I was like, wow, this is like fucking morbid humor, isn't it? But, oh my gosh. I feel like I could write an entire essay about this movie and how well it tackles so many important messages. I mean, it was such a good movie, and it was like Grave of the Fireflies meets, I don't know, like something else, but some other kind of wartime comedy, like MASH or something, I guess. Yeah, it's like Grave of the Fireflies meets MASH or something, but it was able to tackle things in a way that was both serious and lighthearted. And I think the fact that Jojo, because Jojo is a kid and they're able to do like the imaginary friend, you know, like Adolf Hitler as the imaginary friend, and I don't know. I just feel like I have so much to say about this movie and it's hard to condense it into a voicemail, but the thing I loved most about it was something that I heard once several years ago that stuck with me is the quote that the line between good and evil passes through every human heart. And this movie puts that on display perfectly. And it's like you can't paint anyone in this movie with broad brushstrokes. I mean, maybe some of the like side characters, like the Gestapo guys. So the captain, whose name I can't remember, the one who's played by Sam Rockwell, that scene at the end where, you know, he comforts Jojo and he tells him, like, you know, I'm sorry about what happened to your mother, and he ends up saving Jojo's life. That scene is so fucking good and so well done. And it's like you cannot paint, like I said, you can't paint anybody in this movie with broad brushstrokes, because at the beginning you think he's this like weird, like cartoonishly evil, like Nazi captain, Nazi officer. And at the end he's like basically a hero, because I mean that scene is so well done, because it's like you have the American GIs are about to fucking shoot a 10-year-old. And the Nazi officer is the one who saves his life. That scene was so good. Oh, gosh, I love this movie. I really want to go see it again. I guess if I had any kind of like anything about the movie that I didn't like, I felt like the mom, Scarlett Johansson's character, I felt like her death was very telegraphed. I might be the only one who felt like that was the case. 'Cause yeah, like they spent a lot of time with her being like a little too happy, even though it was wartime, and I don't know. I was like, oh yeah, she's gonna die. But oh my gosh, that scene. It's like this movie somehow it goes from little kid, you know, having fun at quote unquote summer camp. I mean, it's not really summer camp for Hitler youth, to little boy is now an orphan because he found out his mom died in the span of like an hour and a half, and it somehow does it so seamlessly, and it's, sorry, I keep saying it, this movie's so fucking good, I need to go see it again, but hopefully you guys can be more articulated about it than me. Thanks for letting me virtually join you, and hope you have a great week. Bye.
Thanks, Corinne. No.
So, yeah, go ahead.
I think you probably covered it. I was just impressed with like Waititi's ability to do satire. Yeah. And I thought it was like I never saw the Scarlett Johansson reveal coming. So
not
I was
like
just, like
that. Yeah.
I was so devastated. Like I thought she was like such a background character in the movie at that point that I wasn't even watching for it.
I knew something bad was probably coming because we knew she was in the rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, what I misread, so she's constantly up, right? It's part of why you see her shoes so much, but she's constantly elevated, very much like the main character in Brick, where that character is always above stuff, which I was taking just to be him communicating the fact that she's separated from all the Nazi stuff, right? That she is a little bit higher up and she's a little bit smarter or somewhat angelic, and wasn't getting where he was going. And so then when you get that reveal, and because of when it comes, right? It's not like he doesn't warn you at all. Like they just swing into frame.
Yeah, after
Pun
the
intended,
Gestapo
I guess.
leaves, you think they've got away with everything, and then at the very end of the movie, I don't know if maybe I talked about this with you. I thought I read it as Sam Rockwell's character turned her in because he wanted to save. He knew the Gestapo was going to take them all away, and so he turned in his mom, so that they could get away.
I guess I didn't see that. I think I took it more as. I feel like his character is somewhat trapped and like wants to help but can't, and also sees how silly everything is. I think it's why his character is the one who dresses up in silly hats and stuff like that, because he's like, well, I can get away with any crazy shit. Like he's so unplugged from it. I didn't get that, but I mean, I think that would make some sense.
Well, yeah, because he's like, your mom was a good person, like a real good person.
Yeah. Yes.
But he was like. He did think the whole Nazi thing that he was working for was a joke.
Right.
And obviously he was a homosexual, like repressed. So that alone
the way
was.
He does that through the whole thing with that guy from Game of Thrones is so good.
So, but he was a coward the whole time because he couldn't like reveal that about himself.
Yeah.
Because he bought into the Nazi ideology so much and was afraid to speak up.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, he was a coward by turning in his mom, but the best thing he could do was at least save the kids.
Yeah.
By doing that.
Right. I think that makes sense. I mean, I think that scene at the end when he spits on Jojo and tells the American soldier that he's a Jew is just so great. I mean, it's just packed with so much, and that character becomes like one of your favorite people in the movie. And he already was because he was so much fun. But to see a little redemption in that guy, I think was great, and he represents an unfortunate middle ground in that whole conversation of people who maybe know that this isn't good and maybe don't speak up even when they know that it's true, and as a result they kind of get flushed out with the rest of it. And it's just it's a shame, but like, man, that character is so much fun. And yeah, that moment is really powerful.
Yeah, just add to the devastating, like...
we haven't talked about the girl at all.
Oh, Thomasin McKenzie,
and she's, not only is she great, but those first scenes when she's introduced, like, are uncomfortable because Waititi makes her not a fun person. Like, the first couple times you meet her, she's scary and violent. And
well, that's because of how Jojo sees them.
Yeah, yes, it is. It's a tricky thing to do, and I think he does a great job of it, but, like, you know, you could take that as him portraying that person that way, but in reality, hopefully any reasonable person would realize that, A, she's reacting that way because she knows she has to, and because of the way she's been trained to react, and also because, yes, it's through sort of his interpretation of reality, you know, but I think her performance is just great, and the way he tells that story, like with the letters that Jojo writes to her, like, it's just so intelligently done.
I'll tell you something interesting, and maybe I'm the only one who feels this way, but because this is part of how I was able to watch it and kind of like fully understand how brilliant it's approaching the material. I started off the movie hating Jojo. Like, I generally hated him. And primarily that's because I'm watching a little German boy running around with his Nazi ideology.
Yeah.
I have to learn to like Jojo over the course of the movie. I never once feel scared or like off put by Thomasin McKenzie, but I have to learn to like Jojo, and I think that what the movie does is make me like Jojo by the end of the movie.
I think that's fair.
Because I think that's kind of how you have to approach this, is that you have to, even though he's a kid and you've got Scarlett Johansson like trying to bring him out of that ideology and whatnot, you have to start off by going like, no, this is a bad kid, and then learn to...
But I don't know that that's where I'll disagree with you. I don't think he's a bad kid at the beginning. I think that he is in a world where he thinks this is the right way to go, and where everything around him is giving him this perspective on reality.
Okay,
so at like the beginning when he's really excited to go to Nazi youth camp, like he just seems like a good kid. Like he's excited to go to camp, you know? And then especially when you have that moment with the rabbit where then he's asked to make a move.
Right.
And can't do it. Like I think you understand where he's coming from, right? Like it's very much like, you know, basically this is a movie about a kid who really likes Batman and has Batman posters on his wall, but in this movie Batman is Hitler.
But
the kid really wants to be Batman.
So that's what I was saying though. I start off like within the first 5 to 10 minutes I'm not liking him.
Sure.
He makes a decision with the rabbit, I start liking him a little bit more.
Oh, agreed.
He starts getting the relationship with Thomas and Mackenzie. I start liking him a little bit more.
Right.
He makes the decisions as he goes along and along. Again, like it has to start off with that first scene in the mirror, and especially with him talking to Hitler, going like, "Oh boy, we're in for a ride," and then you are taken on the ride, and that's what Waititi does so brilliantly is he takes you on that ride, and he takes you through it. You know, we talk about emotional roller coaster. It's an emotional roller coaster. This movie is, and it's appropriately described as such.
Yeah,
I really like this movie, guys. I really do.
What was his little friend's name?
The fat kid. I can't remember.
Mini Nick Frost.
Man, I can't remember.
You took my thing already. All right.
He's so good. Oh fuck.
I just kept watching him and JoJo and being like, this is like little Hot Fuzz.
Yorkie.
Yeah.
Played by Archie
He's
Yates.
so good.
Yeah.
Like he's man. And especially as the movie, every scene he's in, he steals.
Yeah.
You know, especially his line near the end where he's like, "Hey,
go hug my mom."
There are bigger more concerning things in the world right now than Jews.
Yeah.
At least
you heard about the Russians.
Here's the good news. Yeah, here's the good news. At least now you and your girlfriend can be free. Like, oh man,
and he's
so much fun.
The use of a modern soundtrack in this movie was.
But all in,
so
all in German, but
the "I want to hold your hand" bit at the beginning. It was that moment where I was like, "Oh my god, he's pulling this off!"
Yeah,
because that takes some balls to do that. Like that scene in particular.
There's also like certain jokes where he's using modern jokes, but in the movie, like he references like some sports guy. I don't know nothing about sports, but he references like a sports guy who's alive like today. I don't know that sports guy, but you know, it's just very weird.
Almost Brooksian because he does the same thing.
No, totally, yes. Keep ringing that bell. Everybody else sees it too.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, no, I think it's wonderful. I think everybody should see it.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson is great. That scene where she smears the charcoal on her face and pretends to be his dad.
If there's ever an argument for why she should win an Oscar at some point, it's that scene. That
I mean,
scene
or
is
the
great.
or Endgame, which is she's really great in Endgame.
Yeah, she's better in this one. That's a really good
Sure,
scene.
but you know, I'm just saying Endgame is a really great movie. Somebody could argue it's one of the 10 greatest films of the year.
Would you rather I sweep all your legs that day?
Fair. All right, yeah, keep it off the list. In fact, I'm going to give you a list of 10 movies. If you could keep those off your list.
Apollo 11's number 10.
If you want to put The Irishman on every number, that'd be fine. I'd be okay with it. Yeah.
Please, James, like my movies.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, Jojo Rabbit's wonderful. Go see it, please.
Yep. Agreed.
Next week, maybe Ford v Ferrari.
Y'all
Dawn of Justice.
Y'all should go see Charlie's Angels.
Frank v. Fedora.
Y'all should go see Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, Elizabeth Banks directed it. It sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Yeah, I do too.
I like the McG version. I do.
Okay, now I'm really glad I left Avengers off the list.
Wow. No, the first McG movie is good.
We Are Marshals.
Wow, fuck you.
McG. Terminator Salvations. McG.
Hey, that's not his fault.
Can't Ride a Plane. McG.
Cool. So Ford versus Ferrari then.
I don't know. We'll see what Ryan wants to do, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, we could get you to watch Dolomite Is My Name. We can all talk about it spoilery.
You could all go see Lighthouse.
I mean, I'll go see it again.
I mean, yeah, 2 of us have seen it. I don't think Ryan will go see it.
No.
Well, he liked The Witch. He might check this out.
Man. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, sounds good. Thanks for having me on the show, guys.
Yeah, welcome back.
It was my pleasure
Missed
to host
you.
for you.
Yeah.
Now get the fuck out of my house.
Bye.
Until next week. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Real Nerds Podcast. Real Nerds Podcast is a production of Nebulous Visions Multimedia. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill and Plan 9 Studios for our kick-ass theme song. Also, if you're in the Denver area and you're looking for a cool place to see movies, we see them at the Alamo Drafthouse in Littleton and now also in Sloan's Lake. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics for supplying us with all our comic needs, especially you, Andrew. You know who you are. And a big shout out to James's mom. I'm giving you an electronic hug that you can feel through the airwaves. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.